Okay, here I am. 10 seconds early, would you believe? It's 8:15 a.m. in round numbers. 815 on March 26th. Yeah, and there's all kinds of things going on. Ukraine doesn't trust Russia. Zelensky warns as strikes follow the ceasefire progress. Whatever that means. It's going to be so much for Trump clicking his fingers and the war's over. I don't think so. Not so fast. Not so fast. Oh my God! You see the pyramids? They have new geological discoveries with the pyramids. The Giza pyramids. Yeah. Here I am in living color. Yeah. As it turns out, with special X-ray geological thinking, whatever these geologists do to find out what is going on, they have determined that underneath the pyramids is a superstructure that goes down thousands of feet. Let's just say 2,000 feet. I think I was talking with someone else, and it's a half a mile down. That's 5,280 feet down. So it's 2,500, 2,600 feet down, directly down in the sand, right? Mind you, which makes sense. If we were going to build a building on top of a bunch of sand, we would what is known as drive pilings down. Like here in South Florida, if a new building was going to be built, new buildings are built all the time. We sit on a bunch of sand. The theory being all this is all South Florida was underwater. You see seashells all the time. If you excavate the land inward from where the beach is right now, which one would lead to believe that as the planet cools down, and the planet is cooling down, this global warming stuff, that's a code word for we're going to tax people and distribute money to all our friends. I mean, there is some increase in CO2 levels. So stop cutting down the forests. How about that? Anyway, underneath the ground, underneath the pyramids, is a superstructure that goes down 2,500 feet. Okay. So in order to build said superstructure down 2,500 feet, one would have to excavate these, all the sand down a couple thousand feet. That's a big hole. And then they had to build these huge columns, vertical columns. And the vertical columns are sitting on big boxes. Now, we don't know if they're full or empty. Uh, I have some imagery for this. If we can. There's our sunrise. Good morning, Boca Raton. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. What time of day was that? That was at 7:22 a.m. Yeah, March 26th, 2025 at 7:22 a.m. How about this one? 7:22 a.m. Yeah. And where was it taken? Well, you can zoom in on this little map, the GPS data that's embedded in the header of the image, kind of like the name on a file. You see, that's my balcony. See Chops? We're 8 stories above Chops. And if we look east, what are you going to see? The Boca Raton Hotel. East, southeast? Yeah. They call it the Boca Raton. Now, really? I mean, what a stupid name that is. Now, it's going to be the Boca Raton Hotel. There we are. So we're looking right. Yep, that's it. Right there, you can see the Boca Raton. That's the hotel. And if we switch maps, uh, um, here we go. Hit map, hit satellite. There we go. Isn't the world beautiful? Okay. Uh, look for a big shadow. Oh, there it is. Whoop. We can do this. I mean, the mapping technology that we have these days is so. Like, see, I got it on 3D imaging. So now we're looking at the hotel. And we're going to shrink it down a little bit. And we're going to go over to where my balcony is. See, there it is. And so I took the picture. There we go. We got it right in the sights. So I'm looking directly at the hotel. And we zoom in a little tighter. And that's the view I'm getting. Yep. There it is. Yep. And that's the view we get. And there's the bridge. One of the bridges. That'd be the bridge. This is a bigger bridge. And here. This goes right out of the Boca Inlet. Look at that. It's like we're on a amazing Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. You just swing right in there. The tide goes in, the tide goes out. There you go. That's in the condo. Roll opening. And here we go. That's a dredging machine right there in the water. Coming around here. Here's this crazy bridge. We're looking west now. You can see the boats slow down as they go through the bridge. And it's just this. That's the way to go through the bridge right there. not these little doobabs. The main that lifts up. It's one big panel that lifts up. The hinge is there. The edge of the bridge is there. Yeah. Marilyn and I rode over on our bikes. Um, and we ride right down the middle of the road, our side of the road. You know, forget about getting up on the sidewalk, you get a little too close to the edge and whoop, you flip right over. I don't think so. The cars can just, we pedal fast. Anyway, here's a nice hotel. They call it the Bridge Hotel. It's now called uh, um, the something Stone. Oh, there it is. I can't see the W. Waterstone. Of course, you see the boy. And there's a right underneath this little down here below. You can sit right there in the shade. They have these tables around here with awnings, umbrellas. You can sit there on the shade, and it goes all the way around. You can rent jet skis there if you want. The Waterstone. It used to be called the Bridge Hotel. A friend of mine by the name of Uncle Don. No relation. Don Wilson, no relation. Yeah, we had coffee every day for 12 years or so. I don't know how many years. It was a long time. Every morning. He was retired, sort of retired. There's the Boca Hotel again. We're in our magic carpet ride. And we're coming right over here to where I took the picture of that sunrise. All right. Yep. The magic of the pictography, the incredible amount of satellite imagery. Um, so we can be right looking straight down on these buildings, or we can look at their facial size. You know, what does it look like? How far away from the water you are? We had a little team meeting the other day, and Marilyn and Marilyn and Daniel are going to go buy a house, and all of us are going to move in it. Yeah. Because between the rent that he's paying, which is $3,000 a month, and the rent we're paying, which is $4,000 a month, that's $7,000 a month. Uh, Brennan's contributing $1,000 a month. That's $8,000 a month. We're paying $8,000 a month in rent. Now the question is, with a mortgage calculator, which I haven't done yet, I wonder if we can mortgage. Let's MORTGAGE mortgage calculator. CALCO. Enter. All right, what do we get? Mortgage calculator. All right, let's try this one. I don't know. I'm not going to do a lot of hunting on your time. Yeah, so there's that's a graph on how the difference between the principal and the interest. If you play it out 5, 10, 15, 20. 30 years. Looks like on year 1940, about 1948 is when your interest and your principal change over. In other words, right now it's mostly interest and a little bit of principal. And at the end of the loan, it's all principal and very little interest. But you got to go out 5, 10, 15, 20, about 25 years out of a 30-year mortgage. Yeah, interest rate 6.48%. Uh-huh. Let's just change that to 6.0 for argument's sake. We're going to assume the rates are going down. 30-year loan. Uh-huh. Property taxes, $3,000 a year. I don't think so. That's going to be more like $10,000 a year. 10,000 a year. All right. Home insurance. That's going to be, let's see, 7. Let's just say that's going to be another 10,000 a year. Remember PITI? That's all in there. Long term, 30 years. Home value. We got to make that. Let's just make that 800,000. 10% down. Let's just say 15% down. All right, 30 year. Okay. There's no HOA. There we go. Uh-huh. All right, let's make that 20% down. That's $640,000 loan. Well, all right. You can't see it so much because, that's interesting. Huh? 20% down, $1 million loan. $1 million loan. $1 million house value. $800,000 loan. Interest rate 6%. The mortgage payment is $6,463. So your PITI is 7756. All right, get a little calculator out here. So, show that then. I guess that's it. That's that in there. That's the mortgage. Yeah, $200,000 down. That ain't gonna happen. We're gonna have to go 10% down. Yeah. Uh, that's with the MI. Yeah, that's all right. Calculator. Step one. Mhm. All right. We're gonna save that page. There you go. Principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. That's, oops. Nice. All right, I'm done with that. There we go. There's a little family. What do you got going here? Ooh, corned beef and cabbage. Yeah. This is in apartment 801. We're in apartment 812. We moved. I can imagine. Yeah, we moved. Let's take the mortgage calculator out of the package right now. Yeah. This is 2000. Oh my God. 8 years ago at 5:47 p.m. Yeah. Whoops. Uh, Washington Dulles International Airport. I have my Cantler my Cantler shirt on. I got my headphones on. I'm Bluetoothed to my iPhone or iPad. A little selfie. Yeah. As Robin Williams will say, "Good morning, Vietnam." Yo. Nah, that's Boca Raton. This is right at 7:22 a.m. Wow. In 4 minutes it goes. It comes and goes. You can see the sun is coming up. This is a nice picture. I like that cloud right there. I'm sliding it over. It's a wide angle picture. I'm sliding it over so you can see it. How about if I just go full screen? Bingo. There it is. Yeah. Oh, there's the Boca Hotel. Yeah, most glory. I had to like telephoto in to get the Boca Hotel. All right, so here we are. Where remember we're having coffee, and there's a few of us sitting around the table. Then everyone takes a turn talking about whatever. And right now it's my turn. Yep. So as it turns out, Canada is holding an election. It'll be the first for this prime minister. I guess Trudeau's hasta luego, baby. I don't know what happened. He's maybe two left or too many. I think while I'm chatting here, I'm going to take off my watch. Put it on this charger that's sitting here. Yeah, it's 40%. So what the heck? In the next few minutes, it will be 100%. Since I'm sitting on my fanny talking to you guys. Yeah, what the heck? Uh, There's a little add me to the picture. Producers, put Jimmy in there. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I got my U.S. Constitution right there. Yeah, I can actually have. Remember, I told you a couple of days ago. I've got both my iPads plugged in to a multi-port thing, which I have plugged into the right into uh, this plug right. A little wire in the way. You see this? Let me turn the light up a little bit. You see, there's a plug right there. I go real bright on the light. You see that right there? The plug, yeah. That's my multi-port. And this plug goes to this iPad over here with my mortgage calculators on it right now. Remember that? Yeah. So now we got three things on here. So here's what an $800,000 loan looks like with 10% down, financing $720,000. You got an $800,000 house you're buying. I was just trying to figure out, between Daniel and Marilyn, how much house we could reasonably buy, and you'd end up with a $6,200. That's your mortgage summary. Um, uh, Annual payments, 800,000. Let's go to our calculator one more time. Clear this. 71,801 divided by 12 equals 5983. This says 6283. And a $300. Maybe that's this $300 business right here. I don't know why that wouldn't be included. But annual payments. That's every damn thing. It includes your monthly taxes of 833. Home insurance, 833. I plucked that out of my fanny. Homeowners insurance, that are giving it away. And so with 10% down, you need 80,000. So between Daniel and Marilyn, they need 80,000 in cash. They have plenty of income between the two of them. All right, we're gonna take that out of the picture. There we go. So I'm on the right. That's a good place for Jimmy to be. Yeah, I am right on the right. And then this is my homepage on my iPad. So we're gonna go to the photos. because that's how I remember things. I want to talk about. So here's something. NASA reveals that the astronauts return, remember the two of them that got stranded up there, would not have happened without Trump's intervention. In other words, I don't know, they're going to leave them up there forever? I mean, what the heck? I guess they're maybe waiting for Boeing to, you know, fix their thing and send it up and pick up their astronauts. Meantime, they're up for almost 10 months. We've done studies with people. When you go over 4 months, things start happening to your body, apparently. Not good things, like your eye, the fluids in your eyes start migrating to your brain. So that's curious. So your brain gets a little bit swelled in your cranium, and your eyes, become the opposite of high pressure. The pressure in your eye drops. Um, your heart starts to expand and become more spherical instead of oblong. Your heart kind of like comes down to a tip, with the tip facing down, which probably has something to do with the gravitational force as that heart pulses. Yeah, I can write a book. What I don't know what I'm talking about right now, but I'll talk anyway. Yeah, I was a pre-med student, so I'm dangerous. Yeah, double major, biochemistry and biology. Biochemistry. You got a lot of course, you got to remember a bunch of things, and you have to know how to pronounce all the big words. I mean, that's the best way for me to put it. I can't remember the big words, and I can't spell the big words unless I know how to pronounce them. Like I'm taking a pill right now called it's called a water pill for everybody. I'm not taking it for water. I'm taking it like a vitamin because one of my doctors said, take hydrochlorothiazide. How about that? I mean, that's one of these words that's about this big. Hydrochlorothiazide. 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 If you say it real slow, you get an idea that it's even a little longer than I thought. Yeah, hydrochlorothiazide. It's one of my. Let's see. Do I have my Publix? Publix. Publix Pharmacy. I want the Publix Pharmacy. This looks like an app. Is this an app? No, that's a contact. This is it right here. Like a red cross, but it's a green cross. Bingo, that's it right there. What? What? What's this? Oh, boy, I don't know what's going on here. What's this? Publix, PU. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what's going on. Nothing. Publix. I don't know. I don't think I got it. Publix Pharmacy. Let's go. I don't know. Your prescription. You have prescriptions available. All right, let's go here. This is not going to bring me to the app, I don't think. Restart. I don't want that. Prescriptions. Let's hit that button. Will that work? Oh, try Face ID again. All right, I'm here. I had to move this thing out of the way so I had the Face ID thing on, and I got this big microphone in my face. You can hear me though, can't you? Yeah. What's going on? Log in. I thought we did this already. All right. Oops. What is going on? Come on, baby. Hello, James. That's progress. Prescriptions. Touch that one. Overdue. I have 2 in progress. Pre-gambling. Yeah, that should be in progress. Due for refill. Yeah, that's no good. Let's look at recent. I just want to show you how big the words are. Doxycycline. Oh, there it is. Look at that little circle right there. Hydrochlorothiazide. Now, if you just look at that, you go, give me the H word. Last filled 1/10/25. This is March. Yeah, come on. It's time. I had plenty of that, so I'm not bothering to get that. I had plenty of that. I had plenty of that. Let's go back to the top of the list. 312, I got that one. They're not going to let me have it until I get into April Fools. Prednisone, there are no refills. Montelukast. 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 Anyway, I try to get 90-day refills so I don't have to do this so often. Doxycycline, that is an antibiotic I use when I need it. And broad range antibiotic, which works for myself and Marilyn. Doxycycline. Take 2 or 3 a day, depending on your invasion. So if you're coughing mucus and it's a little brown in color instead of white, you need maybe doxycycline. It will not make you run for the bathroom. It's important. Tropolo, Breztri, that's a great inhaler. Hydrochlorothiazide, that's a 12 milligram, little tiny capsule, little blue one. They're color coded and this and that, but it's the smallest capsule you've ever seen. Capsule. Not a tablet. You get a tablet of hydrochlorothiazide, and it's like a flake of dust. So you do not want to get tablets of hydrochlorothiazide. You want capsule. Yep. This one I would take morning and evening. Montelukast. That's like a singular. I think that's the generic for singular. I got a bunch of refills on that. I have a lot of it. Novolog. I'm not actually using insulin. That's Novolog. That is my insulin pen. I have no refills remaining, which is okay because I'm taking Ozempic. And with a 2 milligram dose of Ozempic, I don't have a blood sugar problem. I can show you with another app I have. Let's see if I can find it. Uh, let's go here. Hit that button. Uh, Health and fitness. Let's hit that one. There it is. Libre Link Up. You can see I'm pointing at it. Bingo. Uh, how magical is that? That is my blood sugar right now. Yes, sirree, Bob. Mm-hmm. Pretty neat, huh? If I give you my email address and my password, which I've done with my wife and my daughter and my son, I think I've given it to all of them. They can look up my blood sugar, and you can slide this doodad. It went up to 207. It's out of the green, but it's not 350. See the spikes? You know, it's hard to get this to spike to 250 when you're on Ozempic. That's a man. And what is that? 12 a.m. So that's after I had, a late dinner, a nice big bowl of pasta, which has a carbohydrate. And when your body starts to break down the carbohydrate, so right about here is when I was having din din, and that's about 9, 10, 11, 11:30. Yep, at late din din. And you can see how uh, and then 3 a.m. I don't know. Yeah, I suck on these little all natural kind of a lozenge thing. Um, and I apparently had one of those at 112 or 1. Yeah. Right now, my blood sugar is at 147 and steady. I switched to a nice mild. Anyway, so that's Libre Link Up because I'm using Abbott Laboratories. What's going on here? I want to get out of this. There you go. That's my homepage again. So I showed you my Publix, my my refills that are ready. Prescriptions. I'm looking up one more thing here. To get this seal. Why overdue for refill. Freestyle. That's what I was trying to remember the first word. Freestyle Libre 3 sensor. It's a little sensor I got stuck on my arm. It looks like a penny. And it has this little application thing, which basically just pops it in the back of your arm. It lasts for 2 weeks. And that's what gives this it takes your I go right here again. There you go. Every time I take a sip of coffee, I was going to show you what kind of coffee I switched to, which makes a big difference in this right here, this breakfast blend, Starbucks. I switched. I switched from Bustelo, which is a really strong one, for me. Now, here's breakfast blend. The underline, it's not all the way to the lightest. Um, it's a very mild, medium roast, they call it. Medium roast. Yeah. Bustelo is over here. I put that red dot. That's a Jimmy dot. This is the one that Starbucks decided with their breakfast blend. I guess they just get responses from people in Starbucks. What do you think of our coffee? Do you think it's a medium roast? Do you think it's a dark roast? What do you think it is? Well, apparently, the K cup that I'm now using, the top of it looks like this with the green and breakfast blend. This one is this is a dark roast. It's an espresso type coffee. Marilyn loves really strong coffee, so she's drinking that one. I'm drinking that one with a 1 teaspoon of sugar. With this, I need like 2.5 teaspoons of sugar to calm it down. And of course, my cardiologist doesn't like that, or my primary care doctor, because then my blood sugar goes haywire. But if I drink the medium, what do you call it, the breakfast blend, I just, 1 teaspoon of sugar and I'm good. How about that? Trying to cut back on the sugar for obvious reasons, because you saw my chart. I want to keep my blood sugar in the green zone, which is when you're taking Ozempic. I have not. My my insulin, my Novo Nordisk pen system. We have these little glass cylinders you put in there, skinny ones, and about the diameter of a pencil, and they slip right in the Novo Nordisk pen, which looks like this. Isn't that nice? You have all these little. So that's my semaglutide. So this is also made by Novo Nordisk. So they have come up with an injection that you do once a week. We're on a Wednesday evening schedule. Every Wednesday evening, I take a shot of Ozempic. I give it to myself. It's got a 4 millimeter, which is like a quarter inch. Um, this is more than a quarter inch. It's a little skinny needle. I mean, you wouldn't believe. Just happen to have a little kit right here. A used one. Hey, how do I get in this box? Uh-huh. I put a little piece of tape and I fold it over so it's like a tab. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it right there. And I open this right up. I retain this so I can have a show and tell. And they give you 4 needles and a pen in this nice little box. And they tell you what to do with it with these very obvious little drawings. Good. So it's similar to the picture you see right there. The plunger is already up, all the way up, which means that there's no more Ozempic in this pen. But this needle thing just screws on to the top. See, there's a needle inside of that, which you place right on there, and then you screw it on. And that gives the other side of this is a needle. So that's sticking in the glass cylinder, and then bingo, this, and I don't know if you can possibly see. I'm going to try and see. You can barely see it against that black background. It is very tiny. And I'm trying to get a reflection of some kind. Anyway, And you have a flat surface here. So you just stick it all the way in. You don't try to put it in part way with her because this will just fit right against your stomach area where you have generally more fat than other places on your body. And you turn this thing, you know, uh, yeah, you do like 5 turns of this, and then a number 2 is visible in that window. It says 0 right now because there's nothing. It's empty. Uh, I saved it just so I could show it to you. And they give you four of these. There you go. All 4 of them are still in there. I haven't used them because I have a whole box of these, and because I was taking this one, so I figured I'd use my. I got like 200 of them. So anyway, so this is the when you order this stuff, this is what you get. This little package is $1,200. So they charge me a $75. Generally, it's like a $75 copay. Um, I think I have a 20% copay. So 20% of 1,200. Phew. Yeah, you multiply. That's a $240. I pay 240. They pay 80%. I pay 20%. That's but just you pay $240 for a month's supply of Ozempic. There you go. We'll shove and tell for you. 6 times. So it costs about $60 a week. $60 per injection. This gives you 4 injections. You turn until a 2 appears in the window, and that's about 5 counterclockwise turns of this doodad on the end. And then you just stick it in your stomach. The needle is so thin you don't feel it. You think when you push it in, uh, it would feel like a mosquito bite or something, but no. The needle is the diameter of 2 human hairs. It's what they call a 32 gauge needle, which is just about the thinnest in diameter. Because remember, it's like a pipe with a hole in the middle, right? Like a hose, but it's stainless steel. So it has to be just big enough. So when you push this button, when you wind this thing, it's like spring loading this for a 2 milligram injection. And it, every week the plunger moves, 25% of the way across the cylinder. The plunger is already up to the top, so this pen, the picture of these pens show the cylinders are empty. Yeah. Semaglutide is the active ingredient in Ozempic. I don't know why. I guess people, even that word right there. How many people know how to pronounce that word? It's semaglutide. It's like semaglutide. But you kind of say glutide is one syllable, and the sema is the other syllable. Semaglutide injection once a week. You do it yourself. Yep. So the way the needle is constructed, see, there's a big flat face. You can see where the needle ends into the pen, It's got a big face. So you just stick the needle all the way in until your skin lines up with that space there. So you just, and you think, since you're doing it yourself, you would think, oh my God, I feel the pinprick. You don't. The needle is so freaking small, pardon the expression, you do not feel it. Um, I'm not a big fan of, taking injections when you don't need to. But, uh, I had to get used to it because I have type 2 diabetes, sorry to say. No, I was only taking like 5 or 6 units of insulin, uh, 30 minutes before a meal. So this way, you know, the insulin would be it would start to circulate in your blood system, because you stick it similarly in your stomach somewhere where there's fatty tissue, because you're giving yourself an injection under the skin. You're not sticking it into like muscle tissue, you know, so you don't want to stick it in your thumb because there's not a lot of fat around there. Um, the under part of your arm, it's kind of fatty. All around your midriff, let's say, and your upper thigh, there's quite a bit of fat tissue there. I just stick it in my stomach. And you just stick it in all the way and push the button on the end of the pen, and you hear it click, almost like a click. Takes about 5 seconds for this plunger to move, 20% each time. One injection a week. We're doing it on Wednesday evening. Apparently, there was a shortage of these GLP-1 medications. That's an acronym for, I actually don't know what that acronym. Let's see. Let's look it up. All right. What are GLP-1 receptor agonists? Here's the answer here. Glucagon peptide. That's it. Glucagon peptides. That's what there it is right there. See, glucagon peptide, category 1. Apparently, there's more than one. It's a multifaceted hormone with broad pharmacological potential. How about that for a mouthful? See, I learned how to say all the big words because remember I was a pre-med student. Yeah, I learned how to say them. My mother was a linguist. Um, she was fluent in at least 4 languages. My memory has the number 5 in mind, but she was fluent in English, Latin, French. Oh yeah, those are the big ones: English, Latin, and French. And she knew some Russian because of my father, because he was Russian. That's 4. Because she knew French, she probably could speak or understand Spanish. Anyway, so I guess I'm trying to think of we used to sing French songs at dinner and all. She really loved French. Yeah. So I guess that's it. English, Latin, French, Russian. Oof, what a English is enough for me. Um, I was fluent in French for a while when I was a real youngster, but my mother stopped talking to me in French, when I crossed 10 or 11 years old. So then I became English only, in the next 5 or 6 years of growing up. So all the French that I knew, I mean, Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous. I mean, I know, I can sing some songs. Yeah, oh yeah. Parlez-vous français? That means, do you speak French? Parlez-vous français? And then in Spanish, ¿Dónde está el baño? Where's the bathroom? You got to learn some of these real key sentences. If you got to go relieve yourself, and they're no English speaking, and you're in a Spanish neighborhood or in Spain or Latin America or someplace. ¿Dónde está el baño? ¿El baño? ¿Dónde está el baño? Anyway, so glucagon-like peptides. That's the magic. That's the magic word here. It's a multifaceted hormone. Multifaceted hormone. What could they possibly mean by that? Multifaceted. It is a multifaceted hormone with broad pharmacological potential. Look at that word, pharmacological. Yep, that could twist your tongue if you don't know how to pharmacological. No, pharmacological. And that's how you would say that. Among other numerous metabolic effects of the GLP-1 are glucose-dependent stimulation of insulin secretion. Yes, that must be what's going on because, okay, I made an order, an Instacart order. An iPad number 3 here says, there's the picture. They put all the bags by the door. They're halfway in the frickin' hallway. Yeah, these people are like, but let's see what I got. I'm not going to say how it's done yet until I. What happened? My card is empty. I'm just wondering if they delivered everything. I want my own. I want my own real raisin cookies. God darn it! And they want to know how's your delivery. Well, I don't know. Did I get everything? Yeah. Crap. View more. 730. Past orders. Let's do that one. 26. That's today. 11 of 12 items were in stock. All right. What did I not get? Oops. I didn't get the Tate's Bake Shop, but I did get Publix oatmeal raisin. That's good. That's good right there. I'm sorry, you can't see this. You could, if I'd be so kind. Give you a bigger picture. There you go. There's my oatmeal raisin. It is good. The Publix bakery, they know how to. Yeah, so you got to order this early in the morning. There's certain things you cannot get It's 4 in the afternoon if you do an Instacart at 4. If you're lucky enough to be home, like I am, talking to you guys on the on air here, airing all my look at those. Oh, it's out of my front door. When I finish here, guess where I'm going? I'm going out the front door and pick up my groceries. We live in a building where we kind of know each other, so I'm not worried about someone stealing the cookies. I have the super fine sugar, super fine, extra fine. They call it extra fine. Publix sugar, extra fine granulated. And you take a spoonful of that, and I pour it in the top of this. Nothing ends up on the bottom. It all gets dissolved as it sprinkles down through the hot coffee. That's kind of amazing. I mean, you stir it for jollies, but the bottom line is uh, you don't have to stir it. I do. And then I put, about 3 ounces of half and half in there. So you can tell I'm not a black coffee guy. No. There's my super duper mug with a straw. So I'm gonna tip it over when I'm flying there. You can see it in there. Yep, there you go. Yeah, about 90 degrees. It was 140 when it started. Now it's about 90. It's in this 20-ounce stainless steel uh, mug, if you will. Spilled a little. Yeah, come on now. Yeah. Right here, you can see my straw. There it is. There's the tip of the straw right there. Uh-huh. That way I'm not tipping it up like this. There's some people that boys aren't supposed to sip stuff through straws. That is a non-masculine indication. Bupkis. You put a straw in something like that because when you're driving a car, you don't want to be going like this, blocking your vision. You just have a thing and you sip on it with a straw so you can keep your eyes straight forward. All right, I got my mushroom soup. I got my peroxyl, which is a marvelous mouthwash, by the way, if you're looking to change mouthwashes. That's it. Now you don't you like take 2 ounces. Yeah. This is a 17-ounce bottle for $8.50. That's usually like $10, $10 or $11 in the store. That's on sale. So I actually don't need it, but I bought one because it's on sale. Yeah, you stick it on your shelf. Many in stock, many in stock. So I got one of those and one of those. What kind of many is that? They got one of those. Buy one, get one. So maybe I can't tell from this view how many I actually got. Uh, the only thing I didn't get was a $5 bag of oatmeal raisin. See, I never know whether the bakery's got those or that. Um, so I didn't get one item didn't come in. All right, I can live with that. Yep. Going underground. Experts clash over hidden city beneath the pyramids. Well, they can't. They don't know. There's probably um, the pyramids have what you would consider a bottom, and the bottom is level with the with the ground level of the sand, it's all sandy, right? Packed sand. Blows around, you have sandstorms and all that. Well, when you have tens of thousands of years, the sand level of the sand builds up and goes down, almost like the waterways. Sand moves around. Um, but these structures that are underneath, where's the pictures? I'll show you what's going on here. I'm going to X out of that. There we go. X out of that. Come back to here. I'm going to try to show you. I'm going through. I took pictures, screenshots. I'm looking at 2, 4. This is 5 in a row. And speed. I have a feeling. Screenshots. Let's do that. I took screenshots of the pyramids story. This came out a couple of days ago. Oh boy. Boy, I got a lot of pictures. I have over 100,000 pictures on my iPhone. Would you believe it? I crossed the 100,000 line a couple of days ago. And I cannot find the pyramid business. No, I'm going too far for pyramids. And look, I can see some of these photos. March 16th? That's 10 days ago? No, I missed it. Yeah, all right, man. I just keep. No, I think I could find it. I got it. I'm zooming through here pretty quick. It should be a favorite, and I should have it. Yeah, I know I didn't. No. Sorry about that. Sports hands. Since I'm looking at it, this is so pure. 80% USP grade ethyl alcohol. You can't drink this. They put a nasty thing called denature in it, which makes it so you can't drink it and avoid the excise tax on alcohol. Like if you bought 80%, 80% alcohol would be 160 proof. When you drink a normal vodka soda, it's generally 40% alcohol, or known as 80 proof. This would be 160 proof if you were able to drink it, but you're not. It says, I put this in a spray bottle, and I use it for spot cleaning. If you have a big dinner and everybody piles the dish, put that in the dishwasher, right? But if you just have a dish or 2 or 3, I have my spray bottle in the kitchen. Refill it with this stuff. These are, uh, these are liter bottles. You buy 2 liters for $40. You can buy it cheaper if you get about a gallon. Which maybe next time I'll get the gallon. It's not made by So Pure. This is a brand name, um, but it's a light fluid. It sprays with a spray bottle. Kills germs because it's 80% alcohol, and it is flammable. Anything over 45% is flammable. This is 80%. So if you had a container of this, you could light it with a match, and you'd have a flame coming out of it, and the alcohol would be burning off, so to speak. So I have it in a spray bottle. So if you had a lighter and you sprayed it, it would be like a flamethrower. Yeah, no, you don't want to do that, but it will. Yep. So here's that judge they're talking about that's interfering with Trump's deportation stuff. What, does he look like a pinhead or what? Judge uh, Boasberg gives new directives after Trump administration uses state secrets privilege. They've decided that this whole deportation stuff is like classified. I think that's another way of saying classified. So stick it in your ear. So now he's going to issue another order. I mean, he wants to know how many passed and what's their names, when did it take off, when did it land. You know, Judge, you don't have any business doing this. Why don't you go do your judge still? He's a federal judge in, I don't know, I forget which city. It's not Florida, I don't think. All right, here's an important topic. I was just talking to my son, Daniel, about this. Don't do the buzz trick with caffeinated energy drinks, and then start exercising. Where you're pushing yourself like crazy hard, your heart rate's going up and that. You want a heart attack? This girl's dead. And she's the workout queen. Well, at 28, guess what? She had a serious heart attack. It created a brain hemorrhage, aka stroke. At 28, you don't get a stroke, but when your heart is beating like that, way out of range of what a heart should be. It's not just the velocity of the pumping; it's the strength of the pump. And unfortunately, caffeine, is pushing your heart too hard. Um, and you've heard of these kids, dropping dead on a football field. Well, there's a kid that's 14, 15 years old, pushing himself beyond limits, his limits, and there are a number of children. If you want to call a 15-year-old a children, I guess you would. Anything under 18 is a children. When you get to legal age, you're an adult all of a sudden. 18 years old plus 1 day, and now you're an adult. But generally, when you're 14, 15, 16, you live at home and you might play football or basketball after school on a team. I'm just projecting a little bit. And, they don't, they don't give you the type of physicals that a professional football team, for example, would put all its football team people through a very serious physical with a panel of doctors. Each one has a specialty and, you know, all this stuff. And because they, it's one in a million football players, college football players that, get picked and drafted on on the 32 teams that make up the NFL, if you will. So you're going to be an NFL football player. You have to add up. You have to add up all the college players that are on these teams. All these college names. Yeah, top 10, the top this, that, whatever. These teams, they go out and scout. So they go up in there in the press box and they watch these players and they take notes, on the players. And they go through a drafting, and they pick a player. Well, if you add up the number of players that are picked, annually, that are drafted into a professional football team, and you measure that against all the football players that are playing football, in colleges all over the country, it's about 1 out of a million. That's what I mean by that. Well, because these players are so valuable to the team, and they either buy the players from team to team, one team buys a player from another team, or they swap players or whatever. I'm circling back to this whole thing of a 28 to 35-year-old person, drops dead because they're drinking 2 or 3 of these caffeinated energy drinks, and you can be sure just about every uh, energy drink has 80 milligrams of caffeine or more. Siri, how many milligrams in a standard cup of coffee of caffeine? The average cup of coffee is 95 milligrams of caffeine. But some types have up to 500 milligrams of coffee. Thank you. Thank you, Siri. Go to sleep. It says you're welcome. I don't know if you saw that. 95 milligrams. Well, Daniel just told me yesterday that the energy drink that he drinks has 80 milligrams. So that's like a cup of coffee. I mean, that's pretty close, within 5 or 8%. There you go. It's supposed to speak right into the end of this, because if you come over to the side, guess what? You can't hear me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you got to be right smack in front of this sucker, or else it doesn't hear you. That is a corduroy microphone, a super corduroy. It's not like corduroy pants. It's a corduroy microphone. Yeah. Heel PR40. Pretty nice microphone indeed. Yeah. All right. We're circling back to uh, glucagon. See that right there? Glucagon. I think that is a 3-syllable word, glucagon. Glucagon like peptide. So that's GLP-1. Glucagon like peptide with a 1, aka GLP-1. I could, glucagon like peptide. You have to say that 4 or 5 times so it flows off your tongue, because it has a broad pharmacological potential. There's another one. Look at the size of that word. Holy America! Oh, you can't even. I don't actually have that plugged in. Come on, Captain. There you go. Let's. Poor girl. Put her to sleep. Yeah. There you go. Look at that. Pharmacological. Now that fills up the entire screen with vowels and consonants. Ooh, pharmacological. 2, 4, 6. My eyes are going 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That is a 15-letter word. 15. I bet hydrochlorothiazide is bigger. Remember that word? Yeah, I tell you. If you're in the medical profession, you got to know how to talk with these words. And you can't say them. Then how you going to remember how they're spelled? I have to be able to pronounce the words, or else I'll never be able to spell the words. And if you're, whether you're typing or writing, you can't just verbalize this stuff. You got to put it down on paper sometimes. Now, I mean, I wrote a book, right? I actually did write a book. I got it published. Pearson Education published it in 2003. And then they had a second edition in 2007. Yeah. So they went back for another bite of the apple. So apparently the GLP was biochemically modified for enhanced potency and sustained action. The GLP-1 receptor agonists are successful in clinical use for the treatment of type 2 diabetes. I'll say it is the pharmacotherapies. How about that? There's a word. Pharmacotherapies. Based on pharmacotherapies are in clinical evaluations for treatment of obesity. Yeah, well, they know it helps there too, because anyone that uses Ozempic, which is basically a GLP-1 multifaceted hormone with broad pharmacological potential. I mean, you can vocabulary your words right to the end of the 10th degree. Oh my God. Yeah. Insulin, obesity, all these words. There it is. I'm going to do a print screen on this because we have spent so much time here talking about the pharmacological advantages of these GLP-1 agonists as opposed to antagonists. And there we go. I got it all bordered out. It's done. Saved the photos. And it is there. So if you wonder how I do this stuff and how I come up with these photos, hundreds of thousands of them, actually. And here we go. See, there's the picture. I saved it. It's a picture in my photo. And so that tells us all about GLP-1. And it is successful in clinical pharmacotherapies. For the treatment of obesity. And, by the way, it's designed, I mean, it is designed for me. It's designed for the insulin. So it actually causes the stimulation of insulin secretion. Okay. When you get, in my case, if you get older, which I am older, And about 7, 8 years ago, I wasn't secreting the proper levels of insulin matched against the amount of sugar intake or carbohydrates that I was eating. Sugar, carbohydrates. It turns out to be when you digest it, rice. Oh my God, noodles, spaghetti, fettuccine. All those spaghetti words. I love it. Yeah, I made a huge batch of it a few days ago. I eat it almost every day. Uh, I got a I got a whole container of oatmeal raisin cookies outside my front door right now, waiting for me to come get them. Yeah. So, there we go. That's my timer. As you can see right there, that's
It's 9:45.
to the second. How much time I've been on the air here talking with you guys. Gotta turn this down so you can see this wonderful lady. You can't see it anyway. The screens are so the what do you call it? There we go. I turn it a little lower. Lower, come on. There we go. Now you can see her. Yeah. There's a golf hole. Can you believe it? As you can, there's an application right now where you can see the golf course that you're on, and it will tell you how many feet you are to the flag. You just stand there because of GPS. It'll tell you got 175 yards to go. Apparently, you didn't hit it well off the tee. Now these pros, they'll pick out a 4 iron, and they'll go 157 yards or 257 yards. Bingo. R4. It's amazing. That must be where the guy is standing. He's got 250 yards to go. Anyway, she's not with us any longer because she took this high. There we go. We're into Wednesday. Yep. There's Jimmy. Remember, I can have 3 iPads going at one time, or 2. I got 2 iPads going at one time, and 1 camera over there. So I have 3 video sources: video camera and 2 iPads, and it's filling the whole screen, so you can see what's going on. 1 hour and 33 minutes I've been talking to you guys. My coffee maker is going on the fritz. Sorry to say. So I had to order another one. And it's every 3 years, um, you know, about 1,000 cups of coffee, more than that. I make all my own tea through there. I have these tea thingies that look like this. See right here? These guys. It's perfect for making tea. And 2 scoops of that will make a nice full liter of perfect tea. I've got 4 of those. So if I get lazy and I'm making a bunch of batches of tea, I don't have to wash it out and do it over. I can wash them all out at once. So for years I was struggling with one, so now I have 4 of them. I can have quite a tea party. But you can put ground coffee in there. Yeah. So if you come across a nice coffee in a custom coffee shop, let's say, Starbucks is coming out with a new coffee, and you can order it, standing there. You can get a pound of it or a half a pound bag, whatever, however they however they give you, and then you can put the coffee right in there. Yeah, it's for any kind of ground to your coffee. It has a super fine stainless steel laser cut strainer, so none of the particles of the coffee get through. They're trapped in that strainer. Yeah. What do I got going here? There's this thing. I start my squeezing my coffee maker. It's what, $150 on sale, $99. There you go. Get one of your very own. It's normally 160. You can get it for $99. Yep. 2,000 were bought last month. Holds 70 ounces of water over there. Little stick in the middle holds a little uh, porous container of activated charcoal to make sure the water has a clean taste to it going through there. Tends to filter the water and also puts it over activated charcoal. Takes out all odors and things. Yep. Comes up through here, goes through. So instead of this Cuisinart, it has an interesting design. It's like an instant boil in a sense. It's got some tubing in there. I'm going to say stainless steel tubing, surrounded by heating elements. So as the water pumps through the system, it brings it up to 195 degrees as the water is flowing. So it's not like it's got a container in the back here of hot water. No, it's pumping. There's a pipe that's is a port pipe, whatever. It goes up through the middle of this guy, and it's surrounded by that stainless steel pipe is surrounded by very fast performing a heater. And on the other end of the tube, which is only a foot or so long, there's a thermometer. And when it gets up to 195 degrees, that's as hot as it needs to, because I set it as a setting that you can do right in this. You see this screen right here. When you first get it, you hit menu, and that'll bring up a settings menu, if you will, where you can say whether you want it on high temperature or a little bit less. I put it at the highest setting it'll go, which is 192, 3 or 4 degrees, 195 degrees. Yep. You can rinse the system. You can have hot water come out of there until you push the button again, or 8, 10, 12, 14 ounce. You see, this will produce in coffee. Produce up to a 12-ounce um, of beverage. Now, in a 20-ounce container, that means it gets filled up to coffee about that high, and the rest of the way, fill up with half and half milk, half cream, I guess, which is 6% milk fat. Whipping cream is 8% milk fat. Yeah. Anyway, so every couple of years, I have to get another one of those. It's just, wears out. 1,000 days and 2,000 cups of coffee, and then and the buttons don't work as well, and this water container gets a little nasty. I don't know why. I only put distilled water in there. So this is yeah, track package. I don't think it's shipped today. It probably ships. There you go. It's getting ready to get shipped from somewhere. It's probably trying to find it. It's they did a search on all the warehouses throughout the country. I ordered some more popcorn salt. I ordered some of this 80% alcohol. I ordered some more cat food. They go through a 6-pound bag about every 3 weeks. 2 cats. Yeah, it's a 6.3. Out for delivery. I don't have it yet. It's okay. I need another one of these. If you need any kind of eye drops, this is a good one. Lumify. Yeah. So if you buy this 7.5 milliliter little container, which fits in your pocket, $20. So that's the equivalent of $87 an ounce. Yeah. Yeah. Drop in each eye. When I have to figure out where's my eye and I'm dripping all over the place. It does. It's $21 here. This is the this Orville Redenbacher oil, which is basically soybean oil. Yeah. This hydrocortisone cream, I put it on my skin as necessary. This Germex, I have this is like a quart, little, you push down this and a little, a teaspoon of this comes out. And you can, rinse your hands off. Hand sanitizer has aloe, has vitamin E, moisturizing gel. Yeah. I have one of those right by the front door and one of them in the kitchen. And I have one of them in my bathroom. Actually, I got 3 of those floating around. It's an $11 purchase. I have it marked down to like 582. So every time I go in the bathroom, I rinse my hands off with this. There's a plunger right behind the plant. Like a fake plant in the bathroom. There's all the stuff I've purchased before. Yep. I have a couple of returns. Come to think of it. Let's go to this side again. Your orders. And my return is complete and a refund has been issued. Good. I ordered these Sony headphones. I open up the thing and they're broken. The one earpiece is broken completely off. I said, wait a minute.
It's 10 o'clock.
That ain't happening. So here you go. I shipped it. It arrived March 20, and the refund was issued today. Now we're talking. All right. I've had a couple of refunds. I had a couple of returns. I was afraid. See, return isn't. I had one of these. This got a little confused. They sent me two of these. I don't know one of them, so I sent it back. So between the two items, like $600. I was afraid they're gonna like say, you know what, Jimmy, we've had enough of you. You're done. Yeah. Well, they haven't done that yet, but I'm waiting. All right. Well, it's 10 o'clock. I'm about ready for. I haven't had anything to eat yet, so I'm going to have a. Since I made a double batch, so I'm either going to have an oatmeal raisin cookie. I'll probably have one of those. Make myself a little pasta for breakfast. How about that? I already have the pasta made up. Yeah. Al dente. So it's perfectly firm and ready to be warmed up again with some mushroom gravy sauce. Yeah. It's like fettuccine Alfredo without the Parmesan, the cheese. My watch is fully charged. You see there? It's got a complete green circle. You see the green line going across there? That's the amount of energy left in the fuel tank in the Tesla that we drive. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. The Tesla is the best car. Of all the car, Marilyn and I, we've driven the highest end BMW, a nice four-door GP type vehicle, SUV, I guess you'd call it. We've driven the large four-door Mercedes sedan, I guess that's what you call it. Marilyn had a gold color, if I recall correctly, the 500 SL, which is a convertible two-seat sports car Mercedes. 500 SL. Yeah, $80,000 or $90,000 car. I had the 450 SEL, which is the big four-door sedan. A lot of European countries use that car as like a limousine. Well, we hear the government people run around in SUVs, big ones, made by General Motors or whatever. Anyway, about 4 or 5 years ago, we started driving Tesla cars. And I'm here to tell you, here's the button on the Tesla. Let's get let's do full screen on this so you can see. There it is. Order now. This is the Model 3 now. It looks like that, but let's look at the vehicles. Model Y. There's the Model Y. That's the white one. Cargo space 76 cubic feet. 337-mile range. All-wheel drive. Motor up front, motor in the back. The best accident is no accident. Yeah, it has all kinds of. There's 7 cameras all the way around the exterior of the car. You put your zip code in there. 432. Next, it'll show you what cars are available right now. Just thinking. There it is. You can drive it, you can trade it, view inventory, vehicles, Model Y. Let's order one. I'll show you what it looks like. We are on site right now looking at a Tesla, and I don't want to see what's in the area. And I want the Model Y, and I want to lease it. You see over on the left side of this, you can pick some stuff. I want long range all-wheel drive. Paint. Yep, let's have a red one. The wheels, I want 19-inch wheels. I like a lot of rubber. You know, when you get these 21-inch wheels, you got this much of rubber between. Interior, we want white. Seat layout, we want 5 seats. All right, what do we come up with? Build your own. Apparently, they don't have any of what I just. They have a special launch edition, which I'm not too sure what that means. It includes full self-driving. Yeah, think of that. We want a lease. There we go. And we want, remember, red paint, 19-inch wheels. Here's what the 20-inch wheels look like on the car. See right there? You can go rotate around there. We'll just take the standard wheel. And no tow package. Want white interior. White interior sold out on launch series. Well, I don't want the launch series. How do we get out of that? Mm-hmm. Well, apparently that's all there. I can't get a white interior. White sold out. Full self-driving. Nope. See, it's included. Yeah. I don't want to pay for that. I already have a plug for the charging. Don't want a roof rack. $6, $700 a month if you put $3,000 down. Included. $59,000 car. Yeah. So I would wait because I don't want the launch series. They'll run out of that. They just came out. Look at the light. your headlights and everything. You don't have this big round light. It's a light band that goes all the way across. Yes, it's a really on over the top. You see them turning the car around. I guess that's as much as they're going to show you. So you can see that bar goes all the way across. And it produces, you got these high output LED lights inside a parabolic dish. Just get me in the picture here. Yeah, they're in a dish like this, parabolic dish. And there's a number of them. It's not just one LED. There might be 4 or 5 of them. And they have enough output. It lights up the street in front of you big time. Required by, the National Transportation, by federal law, federal and state law. You have to have a certain number of lumens of lighting, 100 feet in front of you, in the nighttime. So all that light energy comes out of this light bar. Pretty cool. Instead of having a big fat light bulb, you got a whole bunch of little lights that are going all the way across that light bar, and it produces enough lumens to satisfy the federal and state requirements for luminosity. All right. Well, you can only get a Model Y launch series at the moment because they don't. That's all they got. All right. Anyway, I showed you. That's exactly how we ordered our car. Just we're going to this site, but it's 50,000, not 60,000. I remember it has that full self-driving supervised. Yeah, really? You're going to pay $8,000 for a software that's not ready yet? I want full self-driving, not supervised. I want to be able to read a book or read my iPad while I'm in the driver's seat, and let the driving be handled by the onboard computer. It's close. This is March. You got April, May. It's the end of March. You only got a few days left in March. 26, 27, 28, 9, 30. You only got 5 more days. So April 1st is coming up. I have a lunch with an important client on April Fool's Day, April 1. I think that's a Tuesday. So Tuesday of next week. This is Wednesday of this week. Tuesday of next week, April Fool's. Yep. How's my blood sugar doing? Yep. There you go. 138. Ozempic. Thank you so much. Can you imagine it? I can see it on my iPad. I can see it on my wrist. I can see it on my iPhone. Right now I'm using my iPhone as a count timer because I've been on the air 1 hour and 58 minutes. Remember yesterday I was showing you the numbers application, which is just like, the Windows spreadsheet, Excel. Apple came up with their own version, which works best on Apple devices. There's a module that for Windows people that are using Mac devices like iPad, iPhone, or the MacBook computer, which is up here, this whole control screen. Remember, this is a simulcast over 3 social networks: Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitter. All 3 of those social networks are broadcasting this right now on their servers throughout the world. If you pick the broadcast up late, I mean, if you go to YouTube Live like this evening or whenever, you put in there FAU for you, and then all my stuff will show up. 400, I believe I have over 400 broadcasts like this. I'm pretty much doing it every weekday at 8 o'clock. I'm trying to do it at 8:00. Maryland says you have to have a set start time so that your audience knows when you're on the air. Well, if you want to listen to me live and in color, uh, 8 o'clock, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, or Twitter Live. And it's fine. You can call, you can text, you can listen. You know, I just pretend, we're at our favorite coffee shop, Boca Diner. If there used to be one, it's a jewelry store now, but we I sat in the Boca Diner for 10 or 15 years every morning, cup of coffee. If I was working the bank and I just get there at 7, I'd have a cup of coffee until 7:30. Then I'd head down to Hollywood to go operate our bank with all our loyal people that were there. All right. It's 10:15. I've been on the air 2 hours and 1 minute. I'm done. It's time for an oatmeal raisin cookie. I've got groceries sitting out on my front doorstep, clogging up the hallway. Not really. But, they don't kick it close to the door. They're like really going to dump it out all over the frickin' corridor. Come on. They showed me a picture. That's like terrible. Just for the heck of it, let's do a speed test. You are connected to the internet. That's a good thing. Let's see how fast my up and download speed. I need at least 22 megabits per second up because I'm sending out a signal that you're listening to right now. I got 176 megabit per second coming down. What's the up? There it is, 25, 25, 20. Come on, it needs to be 4. There it is, 46, 45, 46. I need 20. I think 22 is what I actually need. I got 46. That's good. So I have more speed. I'm just going to give it a score of right in the middle. I don't want to test again. So that's my speed test. You can get Okla as a software vendor. Speed test is the name. Let's see what else is going on here. Any important, dramatic. I got a couple of hearts on my Marilyn and Daniel have left a little remark on my March 26th. Good morning. Good morning, America. There it is. What a picture. Yeah, that's what I saw at 7:26 in the morning. I should be able to go up and yeah. Newsmax is telling me they tell me what's on the show. Every day they tell me who the guest is. Judge Napolitano, Ted Cruz, Larry Elder, and Robert Schmidt at 7 p.m. Watch it. Newsmax says, I'm looking right here, high blood pressure in your 50s leads to dementia. Okay. Well, take a blood pressure. I'm actually the only heart medicine I'm taking because they fixed my heart with bypass surgery 7 years ago. Would you believe it? No, 6 years, 6 and 3/4 years. June 5th. I've got April, May. So I got 60, 65, I got 70 days to go. And that's my 7th-year anniversary from quadruple bypass. Ooh. My blood pressure went up to 200 over 100. My pulse is 150. I'm sitting there watching the news. I'm on the couch. And I got all of a sudden my heart rate started to go up. My watch started sending me signals, like alarm signals. And lo and behold, I got a problem. I knock on the glass doors where Marilyn is outside talking to her sister, hanging over the balcony at 6:30 at night. I said, Marilyn, we need to go to the hospital. I have a problem. And she was sober as a judge, I'm telling you. It's unbelievable. The self-control. She didn't get all, crazy. She just snapped to. These are all my unknown. 146 unknown. I got to do this twice. There you go. Select all of them. Delete junk. That should be the end of it. There you go. So I have 44 new messages from people I know. Yep. FedEx is telling me they delivered a package. When did you deliver the package? Oh, a big box. Yep, I got that one. FedEx and UPS are my favorite places to get stuff done. Yeah. All right, folks. You have a great day. We're going to go as required by not law, but here we go. You got full screen on that. I'm going to go a little louder on the epidemic sound instrumental. As you can tell, the volume is gradually increasing. Yeah. And I'm going to stop talking, and I will see you tomorrow around 8 o'clock. Internet permitting.